It's Jacob Rudner from Sun Devil Source. I'm curious from you what your expectations are for both yourself and then for you and Josh as a duo, because you guys come in as the highest touted high school duo in Arizona State history. So I'm curious if that puts any pressure on the two of you in terms of performance and what it means to you to have that designation.
I think it's important to not call it pressure, because at the end of the day, it's just basketball. It's just a game. But I think if we focus on what we need to do as a team, not just me or not just me and Josh, I think all individual or all duo, whatever recognition will come with that. So right now, I think we're both just locked in on November 25th and getting the win with the team. But I'm expecting big things out of both of us.
Go ahead, Paul Richardson.
Hey, this is Paul Richardson with the Sports Cave. Thank you for taking the time. Two-part question. One, with all the craziness with COVID, how hard or easy is it to focus on playing basketball? And then the second part, how anxious are you with all the craziness just to get back playing basketball against other teammates? I mean, other teams other than just your teammates.
I'm excited. I'm ecstatic to get back on the court and on November 25th and get out there against a great Baylor team. But it's not. I wouldn't say it's more difficult. Actually, it might be more easier just to lock in on just basketball, because we're not going to. It's not like we're going to class or anything like that. So we're able to. We get sent our schedule every day, and we're able to lock in on that. So it's not. I wouldn't say it's more difficult or easier for me personally, because I feel like before the COVID mess, all the COVID mess happened, I was really locked in and on getting a championship with these guys. So yeah, that'll be it. I don't know. It's not more difficult or easier.
Jordan Spurgeon, then Michelle Gardner.
Hey Marcus, Jordan Spurgeon from Sports 360 AZ. Earlier this week, Josh mentioned that he likes when Bobby Hurley really pushes him and gets in his face. Do you kind of echo that same sentiment? Do you want to continue to be pushed, or do you kind of like being coached a little different?
Of course, growing up, my dad was always that type of coach and teacher. He would express it and get in my face and really challenging me. So I'm pretty much used to it. So yeah, I would love for Coach Hurley to push me and the whole team, not just me, to our full potential. And I think he's doing that so far.
Michelle, and then Hode, and then Doug Holler.
Hi, Marcus. Michelle Gardner from the Arizona Republic newspaper. I know that your brother played with Remy Martin in high school, so I'm curious how well you knew Remy, or did you really know him at all, or was it just, my brother's teammate? But just curious how well you knew him, and then what's it like playing with him now?
I actually was on that team as well. I was a freshman. At Sierra Canyon, so I had a good relationship with Remy coming into ASU. We knew each other for years, so I know he's doing a good job of leading us, and he's going to continue to do that. He's proven in this Pac-12 league and in the country, he's one of the best point guards nationwide. So I trust in him, and we have a good relationship going into this year.
Hode, Doug Holler, Tressa.
Hey, Marcus, Hode Rubino from Devil's Digest. I know that when Bobby Hurley talked about the performance you're having in preseason practices, he said that he doesn't believe, aside from Josh Christopher, that there's 30 other freshmen in the country that are just as good as you,
Me neither.
let alone better. I know on our network Rivals, you were rated a 5-star, and some other networks, 4-star. But I was going to ask, the chip on the shoulder. Yeah, no problem. The chip on the shoulder, is that something that motivates a lot of players, but is that something that you really look at, or do you really just not necessarily worry about preseason accolades and whatnot?
There's definitely a chip on my shoulder, because I feel like any competitor, if people are saying anybody's better than you, I feel like you have to feel some type of way about it. But at the same time, I'm not really focused on how many stars are next to my name or what ranking I have or that kind of thing. I'm really just focused on getting better as a person, as a player, getting better as a team every day. And like I said earlier, I feel like if we do what we're supposed to do this year and win as many games as we want to, I feel like all the individual stuff will take care of itself. So to answer your question, yes and no, there's definitely a chip there, but yeah, but at the same time, I'm worried about winning games with these guys, and then everything else will take care of itself.
Doug Holler, Tressa, and then Chris Cartman.
What's up, Marcus? I'm Doug Haller. I cover the team for The Athletic. I've talked to Bobby, and Bobby's talked to us during these web sessions, and also Coach Burno, and they both have great things to say about your shooting ability. At what point in your career do you feel like you became an elite shooter, and just how did you reach that point?
When I was little, coming up in Arizona playing AAU basketball, that's literally all I was known for. I couldn't do anything else, so I was just a shooter. And then how it came about, I don't know, just reps, I guess. I shoot a lot before, after practice. But this is not just something that I just started in college. I've been doing that since high school, middle school. I put up a lot of reps, and I take pride in that. And hopefully, when the lights come on, it'll show.
Is there someone that you pattern your game after?
Not really. I'm really I watch guys, and I try to take little things from each player's game and implement it into my own. But I want to fit in that big guard area of the game, like Paul George, Kawhi Leonard. I want to fit in that area of the game. So right now I'm just working on just my all-around game, my versatility, being able to play multiple positions, and that's pretty much it.
Thank you.
Tressa, Chris Cartman, and then Sierra.
Hey, Marcus, Tressa Tedrick from 3TV CBS 5. Thank you for your time. It's a pleasure to meet you. My first question just goes along the lines that Josh Christopher said that you and him will be the best freshman duo in the country. And you retweeted that saying that he's not lying. I guess just
no, absolutely not. He's not lying.
I guess the thought process and why you think that will be, and then I'll ask the next one.
Just by what we've been doing at practice, we're freshmen, but we've been doing a little leading when we can, and we're putting in work. We're putting in the work together. We're building our chemistry. We're good friends off the court. So I just don't see a weakness that we have. We're both two-way players. So offensively and defensively, we can get things done. And most importantly, we're both unselfish. We're buying into the team idea, and we're just focused on winning. That's both of our number one goals, and I think that'll take us far.
And then Marcus, obviously you come from a long lineage of basketball in your family. How do you plan to kind of set your name apart and not just fall into so-and-so's little brother or so-and-so's grandson, but really establish your own identity?
Yeah, that's something I've been dealing with for a minute. Coming up, and everybody just know me as Marvin Bagley's little brother, or Joe Caldwell's grandson, or stuff like that. But I made it a point to just focus on being the best me, and if that's what they say, that's what they say. But I don't really I try not to listen to that kind of I don't know, media, that kind of stuff. But right now I'm just focused on getting better at myself on it and off the court, so people will know my name.
Thank you.
Cool. We got Chris, Sierra, and then Jordan Ham.
Hey, Marcus. Chris Cartman, Sun Nova Source. Just wondering what your relationship has been like with Bobby Hurley to this point, and how has playing for him compared to him recruiting you, or what you expected it would be like?
Me and Coach have a good relationship. He pushes, like I said earlier, he pushes us to our limits, and he gets the best out of us. And comparing it to how he was recruiting me, I have not been surprised at all. It's been pretty similar to what everything he's been saying has been true, and I'm really enjoying my time under him. He's the best point guard to play college basketball, so that's a good guy to 2 national championships. So that's a good guy to get your information and insight from. So I'm just trying to pick his brain every day, ask little questions, and and hopefully he can lead us to where we want to be.
Sierra, Jordan Ham, and then Kent Summers.
Hey, Marcus. Sorry, my camera's not on because I look like a troll. Question for you. I'm from Fox 10, by the way. Question for you. Did you watch the draft last night? And when you do watch the draft, how much does that inspire you or get you up or say, man, I can't wait to go to practice tomorrow to ultimately get to that goal?
For me, of course, a lot of my guys got drafted last night. Congratulations to them first off. And for me, I try not to look at the draft and look at the NBA right now and just, that's my goal. Right now, I'm just trying to I'm focused on with everything I'm doing with my teammates. And like I said multiple times, the time will come where I have to make a decision. And right now, I want to focus on winning with my teammates, and everything else to take care of itself.
I got a second question for you too. How did you get the Instagram name Just Marcus? You're like Madonna on Instagram. How did that happen?
I've had it for years. This guy knew was able to get it for me, and that's pretty much it. Everybody asks. That's the first question people ask me when I show them my Instagram. Like, how did you get that? So yeah, shout out to my guy. I can't give y'all his name. Just no shout out to my guy.
Thanks.
Jordan Ham, Kent Summers, and then Zach Keenan.
Hey, Marcus, thanks for doing this. Jordan Ham, Sports 360 AZ. Just curious, going back to playing with Remy in high school, how have you seen him evolve as a basketball player and as a leader from then to now becoming an eventual All-American?
I feel like any guard is gonna grow playing 4 years of college basketball. So of course he's just more mature, and his game is more grown. You know what I mean? So he's in practice. He's been playing well. He's been leading us, and and also being under Bobby Hurley, like I said earlier, being under Bobby Hurley at the point guard position for 4 years. I mean, there's no choice but to get better. So he's definitely taking strides in this game, and I don't think he's scratched his potential yet. I think he can take it to another level, and I think he's a professional point guard.
Zach Keenan, Carson, and then Tim Healy.
How's it going, Marcus? Appreciate you taking the time this morning. There's a lot of ways you could spend your Thursday morning, and in a Zoom call with 25 reporters is not one that a lot of people do. Can you?
It's all good. I love the media.
Can you walk me through some of the emotions that you think are going to go through your head next week when you put on that game jersey in the locker room for the first time?
I don't know. I've thought about it by myself one time, but I don't know how I'm gonna feel yet. It's probably gonna be a surreal feeling because, like, if you know me, I've been an ASU fan since I can remember. So I've dreamed about putting the jersey on, and to be able to do it finally on the biggest stage against a good Baylor team, I'm gonna be a little lost for words. But at the same time, I got to find a way to get locked in and get ready to go out there and compete.
Hey, Marcus, I know that when you were talking about the guys you sort of see yourself in the mold of, there were a couple of great two-way players, Kawhi and PG. And obviously on this ASU team, there are some guys who really pride themselves on that side of the ball, including Jalen House, who I know you've known since you were younger. So how much do you pride yourself on the defensive end, and how would you sort of describe the defensive identity of this team as a whole?
Every day, that's our focus point in practice. Defense. We're going to be able to score the ball, but can we get stops? So we got a lot of good defenders. like you mentioned, Jalen House. You know, Holland Woods. Holland Woods is one of the best defenders I've seen on ball. So he's going to help us a lot this year. So I think for me in my game, I think defense is something I need to work on. But you know, being a freshman and learning new principles and new things on that end of the floor. So I'm just taking my time day by day, being patient with myself, and I'll figure it out. I'll be ready to go November 25th.
Go Tim Healy, Kent Summers, and then Chris Spohn.
Hey, Marcus, I'm Tim Healy. I'm the radio play-by-play announcer, so I'll be broadcasting all your buckets and boards to billions of listeners worldwide over the next season. Great to have you here.
Appreciate you.
My question is, and I asked Josh this the other day, there's a pretty good chance that you're going to start your college career next week playing the numbers 2 and 3 ranked teams in the country. You're going to play second-ranked Baylor. You could play number 3 Villanova. How do you feel that your team has come together in fall camp and in practices and is ready for that possible challenge?
For me personally, I don't think the ranking really matters, especially this year. If any year, it doesn't matter this year. But I don't think the ranking really matters. It's about, we haven't really focused on them either. So we've been focused on our game and how we could be perfect on November 25th. So I think I'm just excited to get out there against the absolute best competition possible. So I'm grateful for that. And we've been preparing. We've been working hard. God knows we've been working hard. And hopefully we can get the job done.
Let me sneak in a follow-up question that piggybacks on one you were just asked. Do you get a sense of what your feeling is going to be like when you take the floor at Desert Financial Arena for the first time in a Sun Devil uniform, and then you look up in the rafters and see your grandpa's jersey hanging from the roof up there?
Can you ask that question again? I'm sorry.
What's it going to be like when you play your first home game in Tempe, taking the floor and looking up and seeing Joe Caldwell's jersey hanging from the rafters, your grandfather?
I'm sure it'll be crazy. We've had a couple of scrimmages in our game uniforms in there, so that just walking in there with my game uniform on, I was just like, wow, I'm finally here. So you know, it's probably gonna be another surreal feeling, and it's gonna like a movie, but you know, you got to find a way to lock in for the game and you know, get a win when I'm out there.
Thanks.
Kent, and then Chris Spohn, and then let me know if anybody else has any others.
Kent Summers with the Arizona Republic. Even the greatest shooters hit a stretch sometimes where, you know, it's not falling. Two-part question. Who do you turn to maybe say, hey, what's this look like? What am I doing wrong? Sort of your shot doctor guy. And when's the last time that happened?
It's not, I don't think I have a guy. I just think I put up enough reps and I shoot enough to be able to, I just gotta trust my shot, miss or make. And I just gotta believe every time the ball in my hand is going in. So it's all about confidence and never losing that. But the last time I hit a shooting goal was probably mid season of high school last year, coming off an injury. You know, but it was important that I didn't get frustrated with myself. You know, I just had to get back in the gym, put up more reps and get more comfortable. So that's all it is. It's just confidence in yourself.
Chris Spohn, Doug Holler, Jordan Spurgeon.
How's it going, Marcus? Christopher Bowen from 98.7 Arizona Sports. My question for you is, obviously the Pac-12 had its 4th most NBA draft picks last night. You guys are finished the pick 2nd overall in the conference. What do you expect from the Pac-12 this year, depth-wise, given the turnover during the offseason?
I'm expecting to play in one of the best conferences in college basketball. You know, that's what I'm working for right now. I know there's a lot of guys have been coming out of the Pac-12 and going into the draft and getting picked. So, you know, I'm just excited to get out there and play. I've been wanting to play since it was the Pac-10, and so now that I get the opportunity, I'm not gonna take it for granted, and I'm gonna do the best I can to get the job done with my teammates.
Doug Hall, Jordan Spurgeon, Chris Cartman. Excuse me.
Marcus, just what exactly is your range? Do you feel comfortable from the 3-point arc, or not that far? Where at what range do you feel comfortable? The most comfortable?
I practice all type of shots. I don't know, 30 feet. I shoot. It's beyond the 3-point line. I feel like that's a huge part of my game, and that's going to help us a lot, stretching the floor out and allowing my guards to get downhill, and without much help, if they help, they can kick it out, and they can trust me to hit a three. So yeah, so that would be it. I don't like to put a limit on my range, so I'll just shoot whatever I can. I'll just pray it's going in.
Jordan Chris Hode.
Hey, Marcus. So sort of to piggyback off that a little bit, outside of learning the system and everything, what's one part of your game you've really been focused on improving this year?
Shooting. I know that's probably my strength, but you can never be too good of a shooter. So that, and like I said earlier, I think that's gonna be a big thing for us. Me being able to knock down shots, stretch the floor out, open the floor for guys like Remy Martin, Holland Woods, Alonzo Verge, Josh Christopher to get downhill, and if they help, they have an outlet, they have an option of kicking it out, and same for them. I think a lot of guys are really locking in on making shots. I know me and Josh every day after practice, we're getting the reps because we want to be able to help each other open up the floor, and we want to be able to help each other knock down shots. So that's all it is to it.
Chris Hode, Jacob Rudner.
Marcus, I can remember seeing you when you were 6 or 7 years old, probably at ASU games, watching James Harden and those guys. What do you remember, like, how it felt when you were that young, going to college games at ASU and watching the team play?
Yeah, I remember vividly. It was always something I look forward to during the week. Like, oh, when is the next home game? So every time I went in there, I was locked in. I was cheering. I was cheering as much as I could. And then after the game, I'll go right home in the backyard and literally pretend I was playing against U of A or something like that. I was on ASU playing against U of A in the championship. So it's like I said, it's still kind of a surreal feeling that I'm actually here. And next week I'm gonna be in an ASU uniform, going out there and competing. So I remember vividly how it felt. Just a rush as a kid.
Hode, Jacob Rudner, Shane Diefenbach.
Hey, Marcus, Hode Rubino from Devil's Digest again. When you look at the projected starting lineup for the season opener, you're going to be, you and Jalen Graham are going to be the only players 6'5" or taller. So when you talk about demanding more on defense, are you really putting more emphasis on the rebounding? Is that something that Bobby Hurley and the coaching staff is really demanding you to be a more active part of every day in practice?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's not just me. Being a smaller team, we're all it's going to be a group effort. All of us gonna have to crash the board. So yeah, that's definitely something I've been working on, locking in on a little bit more, boxing out when it comes off the rim. So yeah, I feel like if we do that, if we do that and handle business defensively, we'll be a tough team to beat. So yeah, that's definitely something Coach Burno, Bobby Hurley, and all those guys have been putting in our heads.
Jacob, Shane, and then Kent, and then probably wrap it up after that.
Marcus, has there been a particular teammate of yours that you think is going to surprise people this year who's been very impressive in your opinion in practice?
It's got the obvious guys like Remy Martin, Alonzo Verge, Josh Christopher. A lot of those guys is obvious, but a new transfer, Holland Woods, he's been shooting the lights out at practice. So in my opinion, I think he's a professional point guard as well. He's going to make a lot of money. He's going to play at the next level for sure. So I don't even know how to explain it. Like not many people know him because he was in Portland for 3 years. So I'm excited to see what he can do. He's been killing it at practice. So yeah, I'm just proud of him. That's another guy I've known for years. So I'm proud of his progress and where he's come from. And I hope you guys will see soon the work he's put in.
Shane and then Kent.
Hey, Marcus, could you just touch on Remy's leadership and kind of what he's done to welcome you to the program these last couple months?
Me and Remy, we talked even before I touched on campus. Even before I committed, we've been, in communication. So Remy's, like I said, he's doing a great job leading us. He leads by example really well. He's going hard in practice, and if he does that, of course, all the young guys are going to follow his lead. If he sees something, he's speaking up on it in the film room, and in little breaks in practice, he's going to speak up. We just got to follow. Like I said, he's one of the best point guards in the country right now. So we're going to follow his lead, and wherever he takes us, that's where we go.
Kent Summers.
A lot's been said or written about, the challenge for coaches to keep everybody happy, give them the ball enough, et cetera. But is the flip side of that also true that, you guys have to prove something to Bobby all the time? And second part of that, just how competitive have practices been? How would you describe a normal practice?
You have to understand, a lot of these guys are used to being the guy, you know what I mean? So now that we have a lot of scorers on the team, it's definitely going to have people going to have to sacrifice. And I think everybody's buying in right now. Everybody's down to do that. So I don't think, you said you have to prove something to Coach Hurley?
Just to earn time, rotation time or the ball or whatever.
Oh no, I don't think there's none of that going on. I think everybody's just trying to really focus on what we need to do to win. But as to speak on the competitiveness at practice, we've been going at it for weeks. So we've had a little scuffles here and there, and a little bit of that, but it's all basketball at the end of the day. So we have a super competitive team. Everybody's buying in. Everybody wants to win. So we're just excited to not do it to each other, to go out and go to war with each other against another team. So I think we'll be ready when that time comes.